In this episode, I'm going to be talking to you about the Anma. This Anma tool is really, really great. It does so much for such a little tiny thing. I mean, it looks like a toy. It doesn't look like something that would help to fight wrinkles. So this is really beneficial for you to use at home. I use it in the studio. I use it when I do facials. I do a very thorough kind of massage with it. And it really does help to release that fascia. It helps with lymphatic drainage. And I see results all the time. I've been using this for a long time. I've used this, I had different ones, but this is the one that I always stayed true to. This is one I always went back to. This is the one that I use in my studio. So this one I've used, if not this particular one, I have so many. I have one just so I can have it down where if I'm gonna watch TV, I can do it really quick. I have one upstairs, so if I'm gonna use it in the morning or maybe even just put it in the shower so I can use it. So I have two, and then I have one or two in the facial studio. So I have multiples of them, which it's about $55, $60, so it's not super expensive. And it doesn't need batteries, you don't have to plug it in, so it's ready to go whenever you are. And I recommend you do this. If you can do this every day, even if you do 5 minutes, that's great. But if you can do longer sessions, you know, maybe when you're watching a show, watching TV or just sitting there, it's very beneficial to do. So try and get in a habit of doing it. Maybe before you get ready in the morning, you can do a quick massage, and maybe at night you can do a quick massage. So you don't need to do a lot of time, but every now and then you should do like a very full one, just so you can hit all the areas. This will help to help with lymphatic drainage. It'll help with any of the lymph that's caught up, especially down around here. When I do facials, I always go around, and when you use the spine, we'll go through all the things in a minute, but when you go like this, even when I do a hand massage, when I pull back, you can feel, I always call them like little crunchies, little bumps. You can feel them. And most times when I'm doing the facial, as I'm doing this, all the treatments, all the manipulation that I do in the facial, by the end of the facial, they can feel it. I can feel it too, but the client can feel that a lot of it is released. So we do help to remove some of the fascia buildup and the lymph. Lymphatic drainage is one thing that it's gonna do. It's gonna really help to drain that lymph. A lot of it is caught up over here. There's some in the forehead. It's everywhere. When you buy it, it comes in this beautiful package. It's in a nice cylinder. And inside she has a little pamphlet, and it has a QR code. You can just scan that and it'll take you right to her like YouTube videos where you can learn all about it. So the first thing we said is gonna help with the lymphatic drainage. It's gonna help drain that lymph to help, because sometimes it causes a lot of puffiness. So if your face is a little puffier, it's probably you need to drain that lymph out. So that's number one, and it's gonna help just revive your skin. I mean, this just makes it look so great, even if you do like 5 minutes. The next thing it does, so it helps to release fascia. Fascia is that like entraps your muscles. So it like tangles up all your muscles. It's found throughout your body. But what it does for the face, we'll just talk about that right now. But let's say you go like this a lot, you know, so now the fascia is getting built up. You're actually irritating kind of your muscles by doing that. So the fascia is building up around that, and it's causing it to kind of be stuck in that position. Just think of when you have a muscle knot. Let's say you have a muscle knot in your back, or you know, right around here, your shoulder area. You want to get relief from that because it's tightening up your muscle and it just feels really sore. So what do? You sit there and you press or you massage it to remove that buildup that's around it, to release the muscle. Same thing on your face. So if you feel, and a lot of times I'll tell clients that, you know, when they go like this, even if they sit, I'm just putting the tool down, even if they press down, even if they press on their number 11s where that's really built up, they can start relieving that fascia buildup. Same thing, I just tell them it's a muscle knot. It's a very big, annoying, well, not big because it's right there, but it's a very tight, annoying muscle knot. So you can release a lot of it. What you can't do, this will help a little bit, but you can't help the repetitive motion that you keep doing if you keep doing that. There's other things that can help with that. There's those silicone strips that you can wear at night. That really works to help prevent you from doing that. And you can wear that for a couple of hours during the day. You can go to sleep with it on, and that will help a lot. It's not the, it's not the cure, but it will help you a lot, especially if you have somewhere to go and you want to get rid of those number 11s. That could help. There's a couple of other things that you can do, but we won't get into that. So you want to help with the fascia with this tool and with the lymphatic drainage. So we're going to go through a couple of things you can do, and I'm going to do it on myself. That's why I look horrible today. Actually, this is going to help me out a lot because I'm having a day where it's like a little tougher to breathe and my face just is very like swollen and kind of sunken down. I need a facial too, but this will help a lot. This will help liven up my face. It really will. So this is the spine. These are the fingers, and these guys, I forget what you call it. It doesn't matter what you call them, but I think it's the thumbs. Yeah, probably the thumbs. Thumbs up. So the fingers, the thumb, and the spine. I'm going to use all of them. So you can do this right after your morning or your night routine, except if you're using the elixir. So if you're just doing the sea serum and the healing oil, you can, the shiitake eye gel you can do. Whatever you do at that point, you can start doing the Anma right on top of that. So in the morning you can do it, and at night. And what I do too is, I may add more healing oil to me, but I just want to show you. You can use the lemongrass mist, but I'm going to use this stem cell mist since it has that polylactic acid in it. That's going to help with anti-aging. It has all anti-aging ingredients in it to help you build more collagen. This also helps to bring, your body produces hyaluronic acid on its own. But as you get older, of course, your body doesn't produce as much as it used to. So hyaluronic acid, people get confused. It's not an acid like glycolic acid or something corrosive. It's not that. I don't know why it's called acid. The hyaluronic acid is produced naturally in your body. And what that does when it reaches the skin or when you put it on topically, it allows your skin to absorb like 1,000 times more moisture. So that's a lot. So that's pretty good. But if your body is not producing it, you do have to maybe add a little bit topically. But this actually helps bring up some of that hyaluronic acid to the surface. So this is going to help. Another way to fight with aging is using this to boost your hyaluronic acid production, or not production, but bring it up to the surface. So this will help. It helps so much with anti-aging, with the lines around your face, even if it's fine lines, but the deeper lines too. Like over here, your nasal labial fold. I use it to plump my lips all the time and to lift the corners of your mouth and to help with the jowls and just lift all over here. So this little tool does all of this and help with the speed bumps, I always call them, on the forehead, and the number 11s, and lift your eyes, lift your eyebrows, and smooth out underneath the eyes. Helps with dark circles and helps to relieve some of that puffiness. So now I'm going to start on my jowls. So what you do is you use the teeth and the fingers, the teeth, whatever they are. I forgot what I told you they were called. I think the fingers and these are the thumbs, but sometimes I just call them the teeth because they look like teeth too. So I just go back and forth, and it's said all over the sites that light pressure will release more of the fascia than doing harsh. It's not about going deep like that. It's about doing a nice light pressure. So you just go back and forth. I'm going on the jawline. So the bottom fingers are not touching anything. It's just that top part. But what you can do too, like I usually do this first, and I go on the chin, just go back and forth. Again, I'm just doing the top part. Just going back and forth, going on the corners, and just doing a light pressure, not a lot. So on the chin, going right underneath the lip. This is gonna help plump the bottom lip too, and going up and down on the chin, because this area holds a lot of lymph. And you can start on the top and work your way down. I start right there just because I always want to target that area, and in the morning, if I don't have time to do everywhere else, I just do that area. So a lot of times I'll start on the bottom if I have more time, then I go from the top down, and then I'll do the bottom again, and then just kind of bring it down like that. So I'll show you all of that once I'm completed the whole face. And I'm just gonna spray a little bit more on. So spraying again. Now I'm gonna do my nasal labial fold. So I hold it like this. Doesn't matter really, it's just when you do it like this, the fingers are gonna poke inside and you can poke yourself in the eye. So I just go down, but it's no biggie. You'll find out once you do it and you poke yourself, you say, yeah, maybe I should flip it around. So I'm just going, you can see how it fits right in there. So it's more of this side hitting, but this side's hitting a little bit, but you don't have to worry about that so much. So as I'm lifting, you see how it's lifting the corner of my mouth? That's key. You wanna hit this muscle right in here, because this is the muscle that lifts that nasal labial fold. So you can go up, even though it's kind of smushing the eye a little bit, it's okay. And this helps with your sinuses too. So it feels great for more than one reason. You're lifting, but it's helping to release some of that sinus issue. I'm just going up, which doing that will also help with some of the dark circles, because if you're releasing some of the sinuses, it's gonna help release that too. So now I am doing another spray. And I'm just gonna go just slightly around the eyes, just lightly, really, really light. I'm gonna go back to the cheek area, but I just wanted to do a little bit of this right after I did my sinuses, because you can just feel a lot of it kind of releasing. So if you feel a lot of pressure, then you know you have a lot of sinus issues right there too. I'm doing the other side, flipped it over that way so I don't poke myself in the eye. And I really just remember, I'm not pressing too hard, but those little fingers are really, you can do this and then do your microcurrent or your Time Master Pro after, because this will help massage and release some of the muscles, and then you can tighten and firm them. So if you want to use the mask with it, I would take some of the gel from the mask, 'cause there's so much in the pouch. I would take some of that out, put that on my face and do the Anma over it, keep respraying it, and then I'll put the mask on and do the Time Master Pro or the microcurrent. So that would be a great little home facial to do. I should have done that today, but I actually just thought of it. So next time, so I'm just scooping around and going back to the ear. So you can see, not straight back to the ear, more up into the hairline. So scooping and lifting. If you want to lift your jowls, lifting over here and lifting over here helps with all of that. So the goal is to lift everything up. And so I'm just scooping around again, lifting. And then the next thing I'm going to do is go from the bottom and lift up that way. So I'm scooping and lifting. So scooping underneath and lifting up. And this I'm doing in kind of the lifting, stopping, and starting again. Because if you can't really do that in one section and not drag your face down, so let's try not to do that. So try and lift, and even if you go up a little higher over here and lift that way, that's fine. So you can go from here and lift, or you can go a little higher and lift. But I am going up like that. So you can see how it makes such a slight lift on this side of the face. You can already see the difference in each side of your face, each side of my face. So you can see it already. You can see the difference I made already just from doing that little bit. So that's why this is very addictive. So once you do it, you're gonna be addicted to it. I didn't even do my eyes yet. I didn't even do my forehead yet, and my face is lifted already. I'm gonna do the other side. I gotta make sure this side lifts, or I should just leave it like that and you can see how much this is lifted. So maybe I'll do that and then I'll do the other side. So I'm gonna do a little bit on my forehead. So what you wanna do, you can go crazy on your forehead. You can go up and down, you can go back and forth. So what I usually do is start off going back and forth, And this also helps to relieve so much stress. So nobody really realizes how much stress they have in their face, like just in their face. There's so much stress. When I do this to people, sometimes they're like, oh wow, that really hurts. And I'm like, well, you know what? It's not supposed to. Like, you're not supposed to feel pain when you touch your face. Like, I'm not pressing too hard. Like I said, my face turns red instantly. So the redness that you see is not from pressing hard. I'm pressing very light. Yes, you can feel the little teeth going in, but it's not pressing so hard. So now that I went across, so just remember, you're not supposed to have pain. You're supposed to be able to release that. So that is a lot of tension. A lot of tension, which I know everybody has, stress and tension. So that's gonna help relieve a lot of that. I'm flipping it over. And now I'm gonna start in the middle by my eyebrows. So I'm starting in the middle by my eyebrows and going up. So the teeth are going on either side. So you can see the red marks. It's good that I turn red because you can see exactly where I'm going. So, and trust me, you may not turn red at all. My skin is just really that sensitive. So it will automatically show. You may not have that. So don't try and do it until you see red, because it's not normal to turn that red so quickly. So now, since I'm only gonna do this side, just so you can see the difference, I'm going back and forth. So now this bottom part, the teeth over there, the fingers, is hitting right here. So it's hitting right here, and I'm going up like that. So I'm just holding it and trying to make it so you can see, and going back. So I don't know if you can see exactly, but I think you can. So it's just going back, kind of at a diagonal, but starting like the middle of the front of the eyebrows. So it's really going like that. So I'm just going, and I am going back and forth just a little bit. So going back. So that's one part. You can see a difference already. I can see a difference. I don't know if you can. And now I'm gonna do a little bit more targeted to my eyebrows. So I'm going right over my eyebrow. I don't care that this part is hitting over here, it's fine. So now I'm just going more under. So now I'm just using the teeth over here, going more under my eyebrows. I'm not really hitting my eyelid, but it's going pretty close. It's going like right here and going like that. Because this section right here, like going here, like if you take your finger and you, so if you take your finger and you press right there, right above where your eyelid starts, like it's like your brow bone. So if you press along the edge of your brow bone, you can feel a lot of stress. You can feel it. It's not like hitting, you know, here somewhere where maybe you don't feel that much. When you hit here, you can feel it. So that is fascia, and you probably have a little lymph caught up in there, but it's the fascia wrapped around, because look, all over here is where that tightness is from scowling all the time. So going like this, and that's why I think this is so much more effective. Maybe not effective, maybe not the immediate results that you want from Botox, but this is helping to release all that stress, release all that fascia. Botox just, I don't know what, I mean, I just know it paralyzes the muscle. So the fascia is still there, and that's why it comes back so much. So I don't know. I just think this is a much better avenue to go down, but whatever. If you do Botox, that's fine. But if you just did Botox, you don't want to do this right away, because you may move it around. You can do it all over your face, but maybe not where you do it. If you did it on your forehead, just wait like 2 weeks at least, 2 weeks at least before you do it. And even then, if you talk to the person who does the injectables, they may tell you not to. So listen to them. I don't do Botox, so I don't know the full protocol. All I know is the facials that I do, I should wait. I like to wait 2 weeks after. Sometimes I wait even more if they just got, depends how much they got. So if they did a lot, I'm like, you know what, let's wait a month and then we can do a facial and we'll feel a little better about it. I don't want anybody that comes right after getting Botox. And I do have some people that come right before. So if we do before, we can alleviate a lot of the stress points. So when they do get Botox, they're not getting as much as maybe they thought they needed because we relieved a lot of it. So you can already see the lift, a lot of the lift. And I'm not even done yet. I didn't even do that much because now I'm gonna target right under. I'm gonna target right here, right underneath. So I'm going a little bit on top, a little bit underneath, and I'm just going back and forth. Just a very little spot, but I know that this spot is always very tight for me. This area right here, which helps to lift your eyebrows. So I know that one eye, I think it's this eye. I know one eye droops a lot, but right now this eye is more lifted than that eye. And I'll do this in the morning. Like if I feel like my face is very drooped down, I'll do this in the morning before I do my makeup. Cause I'm like, no, I want my eyes to be lifted. So I'll use this a little bit on top and I can feel this. Like it feels like it's just relieving so much going all the way down, almost like that TMJ kind of thing. So when I do it here, I honestly feel it all over the face. So I'm going back and forth. This is what I do in the morning. Go back and forth, right on top of the brow, a little bit below, a little bit above, right on the forehead, and right here has a lot of stress. So your face doesn't stop here. It goes all the way back. So the closer you get, closer you get to your hairline, you are targeting more of that tightness of the muscles that go all the way back. So I'll show you later how you can go all the way back. Just making a mess of my hair. Spraying my face again. Ooh. So I'm doing a little bit more on my eyebrow, a little bit more underneath. So I'm going right on the edge of my eye, right over here, and lifting up over there. So I'm going back and forth just a little bit, but then I'm just going up. So I'm just kind of lifting, moving it up and starting again. So it's not so much back and forth. So lifting over there, which does help a lot. And then what I'm gonna do, which, you know, maybe I'll do afterwards, or I'll do one side and then I'll do the other side. So I use the spine, and I'll use the spine and scoop around the eyes. So I use it, I dig in, I don't dig in, but I go right by that spot where I said it lifts up that nasal labial fold, and just scoot underneath. So I do that, that helps to drain the lymph and helps to depuff. So I do that, and then I take the spine again and I go right in the middle and lift. So I don't know if you can see that. Go right in the middle and lift. And then I'm gonna go right on the side and lift that way. Because that's that spot that I said it just feels so right by your brow bone. It just always feels so tight over there, so stressed. So I'm lifting that, and then I'm lifting over here. So it's a lot of repetitive motion, like repeating the same area. So now I'm going over here, lifting up on my forehead. And that I love to do, like at the end of the facial, when I did everything, they can feel how now I'm not going over every speed bump. In the beginning of the facial, it's like bump, 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 bump. And by the end of the facial, I'm like, oh, feel that difference? And they're like, yep. So we automatically release a lot of that fascia already on the fascia and lymph on the forehead. So now that I went over here, lifted over here, lifted in the middle, I like to go down the nose too. I like to go down the nose and then lift back up, back and forth on the nose. It just really, it just feels great. So I don't know what it's doing over there, but it just feels great. So who knew a little nose massage feels so good. So that you can do or not do, it's totally up to you. This is one of the favorites, favorite by me and favorite by my clients. So I'm starting there again. Let me go the other way because it doesn't work. So I'm going this way and I'm scooping down under the cheekbone and lifting. It's not really under the cheekbone, it's a little bit, but underneath the cheeks. So going like that and going all around and lifting. So this I do have a little bit more of a pressure attached to it, but it's not like really intense. I'm not pushing down, but you can feel it a little bit more, which I like. So you do whatever feels right for you. And I just know I'm so congested over there that this is just helping so much. So I'm just lifting, going like that, do that a couple of times. And now I'm gonna go along the jowls, the jawline, not the jowls, the jaw. So I'm gonna go along the jaw and lift all the way up to the side. So that's that area, and that will help lift everything else on your face so you can see lifting. So this is gonna help with lymphatic drainage and with the fascia. And I'm also gonna go right under the lips to help lift that corner of the mouth. And one of the other things I like to do, just putting a little bit more, I plump my lips all the time. So I go back and forth. I'm using the teeth part, the fingers, and I'm going back and forth. So I just go back and forth. I go a little faster. Go out in the corner, you can see it stretching out that area. So it's releasing that fascia. If you have a lot of lines above your lip, do this, absolutely do this. You'll make a difference. I think you can make a difference in like a month of doing this, maybe even less. So you keep going like that. I press my lips a little more together when I do it. Otherwise your lips just flop around. So I just hold them a little tighter and go back and forth. And I even go a little bit more on my lip too. On my lip. And that'll help plump them even more. So this helps to increase the circulation as well as all the other benefits. So I'm just going back and forth. I'm gonna go under my lip again. So I wanna target the lip area. I'm going up like this. That's gonna help with that lifting of the corner of the mouth. And then what you wanna do, you can see that it really plumped my lips. And I do this all the time, I really do. I do this all the time to make sure my lips are nice and plumped. So what you do at the end, I didn't do this side yet, I did this side, and you can see the difference already. You can see the difference. My face is much more lifted on this side. Everything is lifted. Look at my lip. Look at my eyebrow. Even my cheek area. Like here's my cheek, the apple of my cheek here. Here's the look. It's completely different. Even the side of my nose is different. Like it really helps. I haven't done this in a couple of days, so it maybe is a little bit more extreme, but you can see if you've never done it, you'll get this extreme. So when you want to drain everything, you want to go across. I'm using the spine and I'm going right along the edge, and then you want to pull it down like that along the neck. So you want to go up and then pull it down like that. That was both sides, and you can see it balanced out my eyes a little more. This one still isn't as lifted. I didn't spend as much time on it, but I can of course go back over, and I can feel a lot of the stress right there. I didn't spend as much time holding and pressing along that brow bone, the edge of the brow bone. So I can work on that. I hope you learned a lot. I hope you're gonna give this a try. I hope you realize this is going to help a lot. I love how it works. It gives you results. It's very easy to do, and it's not expensive. It's not expensive. It's like $55, $60. Use it with whatever you have. I like using it with the sea serum, the healing oil, or the stem cell mist to reinvigorate the hydration, or you can use it with the masks. Use it before your Time Master Pro and your microcurrent. This way you get better results. So this is all about results, and this, the Anma tool, will absolutely give you results. It gives you more results than you expected because it helps to relieve a lot of that tension in your face that you don't even know was there. It helps to plump your lips. It helps to relieve a lot of that lymph that you have, that lymph that makes you swollen, that makes your face just look heavier. So this helps so much. So try and get in the habit of doing this every day. You can do it twice a day if you want. Make sure you do it in the morning before you put your makeup on, and you can do it at night, maybe when you're downstairs watching TV or wherever you watch TV. So you can do this as you're watching TV, and you can do this before you put your makeup on. It's very simple, it's so easy to do. So I hope you give this a shot, and I hope you learned a thing or two. So make sure you like. If you like this video, make sure you like, give me comments. Please let me know any questions you have. If you're concerned about something or confused, let me know. I'm more than happy to answer whatever questions you have. So make sure you like, and make sure you comment and subscribe. Please subscribe, and I'll see you at the next episode. Thanks, bye.